there, Transformers fans, and welcome to another cool toy review. My name is Bobby Robertson. You might know me from the Bay 12 videos or from rebelscum.com or Order 66. One of those other places. I do a lot of video content in numerous places. Well, today, Bay 12 and Cool Toy Review are partnering up on some cool Toy Review exclusive review content with the Transformers Legacy Evolution Toxitron wave of figures from Walmart. So those reviews are going to be here exclusively on Cool Toy Review. If you watch from Bay 12 typically and you're looking for that on the Bay 12 YouTube channel, you ain't going to find it there because I'm not posting it over there. It's only going to be on Cool Toy Review. So today's review features the G2 Cloudcover. I wanted to start with Cloudcover. I thought about starting with Toxitron because this is the Toxitron line, but I really liked Cloudcover a lot. I don't know if I'd say Cloudcover is my favorite figure out of the set, but it's really close. Cloudcover and Toxitron are definitely tied for first place for me in terms of which one do I like more, because as long as I've wanted a modern Toxitron figure for mass retail with the original design intended from Generation 2 back in the day, Cloudcover is the seeker I never knew I really wanted until they finally announced him. And he looks so cool. So anyway, there he is in the packaging. You can see him there. You can see some really awesome artwork on the front of the box. And that's one of the other things I really like about the Toxitron pack. I love the packaging art. This is some of my favorite packaging art that we've gotten in so very long. I don't know what it is about cel-shaded neon art that they went with here, but it totally works for me. It's totally captured my attention. And at first, I wanted a print of the Legacy banner art, but now throw that idea in the trash. I want a print of this version of the Legacy banner art. This looks amazing to me. I love how well the characters and colors pop in the Toxitron color scheme. And Cloudcover looks really awesome in robot mode in that artwork too. It's such a cool art style. It's an art style, like I said, I never knew I needed, along with Cloudcover here. And now that I've seen it, I'm obsessed with it. I really love the art style. It just looks so good. On the back, there is Cloudcover in robot mode and jet mode, and that's pretty much it for the packaging. And here is Cloudcover out of the packaging, and he looks awesome. He looks so cool. Look at that color scheme. It is such a different and unique color scheme for a Seeker. I love that Generation 2 brought us these camo painted Seekers instead. And not only are they camo, they're based off of military camo. And that just makes them look even cooler. So here we have him in this like various shades of sky blue pixelated camo, and then in his intakes you've got like this cool checkerboard paint scheme, and on his feet here you also have that checkerboard paint scheme, which breaks up the blues a little bit, and I don't feel as though it's terribly out of place. It just adds more flavor to the character, I think. I also really like the solid black faceplate on this figure, just like they did on the G2 Sandstorm. The cone head itself looks really good. That's another one of those things that Hasbro just really nailed with the Earthrise mold of the Seekers, is the cone head sculpts are, in my opinion, the best conehead head sculpts in all of Transformers. They're so good. Anyway, real quick for comparison, here he is next to the Generation Selects G2 Sandstorm. I think we owe getting the Toxitron wave of figures to some of the success of the characters we got in Generation Selects, like G2 Sandstorm and G2 Ramjet, because G2 Sandstorm, much like Cloudcover and much like the other figures that we got in the Toxitron set of figures, were canceled concept figures that got prototypes and were getting ready to go in production, but Transformers was just doing too poorly at the time in the 90s because, well, one of the biggest contributing factors I would say is the fact that they didn't have a legitimate series going at the time. There was Transformer episodes airing under the guise of Generation 2, but they were just reruns of Generation 1. So a lot of these cool and unique designs or cool and unique color schemes that they were coming out with in the toys didn't really have significant media to reinforce their coolness or to get kids excited to want to pick up that character that they saw on screen last weekend, which is, in my opinion, the biggest failure of Generation 2 was the fact that I think maybe they were just too confident with the success of Generation 1 and thought maybe they could just coast on that success into Generation 2, but Generation 2 proved very, very quickly that that was not a solid strategy. And Beast Wars resoundingly proved that the success of toys and cartoon media going forward is how it has to be. Cloudcover is fully articulated. His head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders, in and out. Upper bicep, single jointed elbows. Wrists can go up and down. There's no swivel due to the way that this mold transforms. You can, of course, take off his arm cannons. I also like the solid black arm cannons. Those look really good as well. Nothing at the waist. Hips, you can bring this flap up and down to give you more clearance on those hips. Single jointed knees, side ankle joints. You can collapse the feet, but that's mostly due to transformation. You can play with the angle of which you have your wings displayed if you like, and that's also partially due to transformation. And that's pretty much it for articulation on Cloudcover. Now, transformation is just like the other Earthrise Conehead Seeker molds, specifically Ramjet, because pretty much all of the repaints of Coneheads since the Coneheads were released in Earthrise have been all Ramjet repaints. And oddly enough, even in other Transformer media, Conehead Army Builder Seekers are typically repaints of Ramjet as well. And I never understood why that was. Maybe just artistically Ramjet's a better design or more suitable for army building, or maybe that's just the artist's preference of Conehead Seeker whenever the Conehead Seeker body type ends up becoming an army builder in Transformers. It happens in comics. It's happened in video games like Transformers Devastation. There are 3 different Seeker army troop type characters for the Decepticon forces, and all 3 of them are Coneheads, and all 3 of them are variations of the Ramjet body type, which again I find very, very interesting. Which is why now that we have the Studio Series Gamer Edition going, I'm hoping that at some point Hasbro will move on to Devastation after we've gotten a lot of the characters that we really, really want from War and Fall of Cybertron, of course, and we get those other Seeker repaints with maybe some of the weapons, because a lot of the weapons that those Seekers use have also been released sometime in between now and Siege as well. So getting those weapons for those Decepticon troops should be relatively easy as well, which would be very cool. Like I said, transformation just like the other Conehead Seekers, specifically Ramjet. What we're going to do is we're going to unsecure the nose cone from back here, and we're going to bring it on over that cone head and tab it into place like so. Next, we're going to tab in these legs together, close those feet, come over here to these arms, and bring up that fist a little bit when you open up that arm panel, because this little bit right here is going to fit into that little hole right here when you collapse it down on that double hinge joint, and you're going to keep the fist up here on the forearm. We're also going to go ahead and take off that cannon, set it to the side. We'll just go ahead and take off the other one over here as well. Open that, bring that up, collapse that down, and there's the arms all done. Next, we're going to open this panel right here and this panel right here, and then we're going to open this whole chest section right here, pull out this nose section, extend that, and then rotate the front of the nose and just put it into place. Fold those arms in, and then we're just going to close the chest back down on itself and collapse the legs on that double joint there. Flare out those wings a little bit, and the legs are just going to tab into this section right here on the back of the jet. Come back over here, push that down, and then close that down over it. Next step is to straighten out the wings here on the back like so, and then collapse these other panels to finish out the wings. And then we're going to add his cannons to the bottom of his wings here. Now you have other places you can peg them on. You can leave them on the side of the arms. You can peg them over here on the side of the legs. I prefer to peg them onto the underside of the wing, and there you have Cloudcover in his jet mode, and his jet mode looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Doesn't that look super cool? Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I love this color scheme. This looks so good on a Seeker, and I truly, truly, truly want to see more realistic military type Seeker paint jobs. I believe this is more Air Force style, and Sandstorm, which we'll get to in a moment, which I believe is more Army style. And then even though he's not in, a conehead version of an F-15, you can even throw in Maverick into the mix with the F-14 Maverick and have an Army, Air Force, and Navy Seeker fighter jet in your collection, which I think would look really, really cool personally, having all three of these guys grouped together. I wish I brought my Maverick with me for this review, but I didn't think about it until now. Alright, and real quick for comparison, here is Cloudcover next to Sandstorm, the G2 Seeker Sandstorm, not the Autobot, not the Triple Changer. This is a different character entirely, and yeah, they look so awesome side by side. Like I said, seeing two military camo Seekers side by side like this looks so cool, and now I want to see more based off of other branches, based off of other real military paint jobs, because the comparison looks awesome. Also, you'll notice on my Sandstorm, he's got the G2 Decepticon logos instead of the regular Decepticon logos, and that's because I got my Decepticon symbols from Toy Hacks. So once again, guys, if you've watched some of the Bay 12 reviews I do, some of you know I really like Toy Hacks' upgrade sheets and factional symbols because they're really, really great and come in handy, especially when a character gets printed with the incorrect factional symbol, like unfortunately Sandstorm was. So super easy fix. Get those decals, apply them yourself as straight as you can, and then you've got two matching G2 Decepticon Seekers. And real quick, there's one last note I have about Sandstorm's paint scheme, and that is I love that on the side of the nose of the jet. If I had to pick one feature of a Seeker's paint job that I truly, truly love and stands out to me amongst just about every other, it's this right there. Seeing stuff like this on the side of fighter jets has always been super, super cool to me. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's review featuring the Transformers Legacy Evolution Toxitron Collection Generation 2 Cloudcover. This Seeker is very cool. It's a shame that a lot of these figures got canceled back in the day before they could even come out, because there were a lot of really, really cool ones. But I really appreciate and love that Hasbro has been doing that a lot lately throughout the Legacy line, because we've had a good handful of canceled figures that made it all the way to prototype stage at some point in the 90s or early 2000s that have now found a new life in what is truly a golden age for Transformer collectors in the Generations line. Stay tuned for more Transformers reviews. Stay tuned for more CoolToyReview.com exclusive Transformer content. There will be more reviews to come here on CoolToyReview.com. Check CoolToyReview.com daily for all kinds of awesome toy-related news and content and reviews. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like and subscribe to the Bay 12 YouTube channel as well. That's where I do most of my Transformers toy-related content, but like I said, some of it is going to be exclusively here on Cool Toy Review. If you like Star Wars content, check out rebelscum.com every single day for daily Star Wars content, and like and subscribe to that YouTube channel and social media as well. And if you're looking for some cool toys and merch, come by Order 66 Multiverse in the shops at Willow Bend Mall, which not only houses Bay 12, where you can buy Transformers, G.I. Joe, Marvel, DC, and more, but also houses Order 66 Toys, the nation's official all Star Wars collectible toy store. And if you're not local to Plano, Texas, well, Order 66 Toys does a live sale every single Friday night on the Order 66 Toys Facebook page, and they ship all around the world. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.